Hi guys, Jacob here. Welcome to the new channel name and to my new car. And yes, it's a Kia. So yes, I have bought a Kia, but not just any Kia, a Kia Stinger GTS. Yes, that is quite tricky to pronounce with my lisp. It's in high chroma red is the colour. It was the colour they released the car in as all the promo shots, and I think it looks fantastic. So the question is, why did I buy a Kia? Several reasons. First of all, let's talk about the cars I was gonna get. First of all, I was looking at BMW M4s. They have plummeted in price, and I thought to myself, I can get a good bargain. The only problem is I couldn't find an M4 that wasn't Bradford spec. When I was looking through Auto Trader, every single one was modified to hell, and I didn't really want to buy a modified car. I was then looking at BMW M3s, but they, for the cost, and they're a lot more money, and I couldn't really find one for the same amount of money this car cost. I'll go to how much I paid in a bit, but trying to find a similar M3 was near enough impossible. I looked at the M5, but the problem with the M5, the F10 model, is that a twin-turbo V8 is horrendously unreliable. If you've watched any of Calvin Car Diaries, you would have seen the amount of issues he's had with M5. So, and as I'm supposed to be touring this car and we'll be doing a lot of miles in this car, I didn't want something unreliable. The final reason I didn't go for a BMW M car was insurance. If I wanted to insure myself on an M3 or an M4, the insurance would be about £3,000 a year. This car, £800 for the entire year, which was cheaper than my Mini John Cooper Works, which kind of says a lot. So yeah. Also, there's a few other reasons I bought this car. It's rare. I know it's not got the same power as the M cars, and you're like, well, why did you get this when you're looking at BMW M cars? Yes, I know the M cars have more power. However, the last time I had a rear-wheel drive car was when I had a 2-litre diesel, and I thought stepping up to 400-500 horsepower, I might end up killing myself. So let's go for the step in between. Now, the GTS has 365 horsepower, and underneath the bonnet, well, actually, let's open up the bonnet and have a look at it. So, underneath the bonnet, we have a 3.3 litre twin-turbo V6, which produces 365 horsepower. It's a bit of a rocket, and also it produces 510 Newton meters of torque. It's a fantastic engine, made by Kia themselves. I think this engine is only in one other car, and it looks rather good, doesn't it? So with this engine, the Kia will do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds and a top speed of 167 miles an hour. It's not just a standard Kia like the badge will look, but yet again, when I say it's not just a standard Kia, it doesn't look like a standard Kia. And the reason why it doesn't look like a standard Kia, because it was designed by two Germans, Albert Biermann, who was the head chief of the BMW M program, chief engineer, sorry, and the designer, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, but he designed cars like the Audi TT and the Audi A6, and he designed this car, and it just looks stunning. Everything about this car is striking to look at. I've had so many people already take second glances of this car. Everything from the rear lights to the quad exhaust. We have a load of vents. Not all of them are real, as you can see, that's fake, but we also do have some real vents there, as you can see. We also have some massive Brembo brakes on it. I think they're 8-pin calipers, probably wrong, look it up, but yeah, massive Brembo brakes also on the car, which is quite useful because the car does weigh 1.8 tons, so it's definitely going to need those brakes to stop. As we step inside of the Kia, it's not Kia-like again. We have these beautiful leather seats which are heated and cooled. I will go on to the spec in a bit of this car because the spec of this car is incredible. These lovely heated seats. We've got some nice dampered little compartments there, a really nice big central bin. All the buttons feel really nice to the touch. You've got leather up here. Even the dials look really nice. Now, a load of people said, well, it doesn't have full digital display, but I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of digging the dial. I don't know if you can tell, but in the middle, it's like this, they've shaved like bits of the metal off inside to give this a cool effect. Big fan of it. Then we go into the rear of the car. Lovely, still comfortable seats. Really nice and comfy. We've also got Harman Kardon sound system and also rear heated seats in the rear. Quite impressive for a Kia. While I said this car is well spec'd, the only optional extra on this car was the paint. And this is all the standard equipment this car came with. Now, this is the GTS with the most powerful engine, also came top spec'd. So, as I said, it's got heated and cooled seats, automatic parking, heated steering wheel. It's got a full 360-degree camera. It's got lane assist. It's got fully adaptive cruise control. It's got blind spot monitoring. It's got a full panoramic, well, not a full panoramic sunroof, but it's got a sunroof as standard. It's got dual zone climate control, but you kind of expect that. Full memory function seats, the Harman Kardon sound system, as I mentioned, the rear heated seats, and also a power tailgate. There's probably a few more I've missed. However, I'm a massive fan of this hatchback design. It means you can fit loads of room. You can fit loads of things in the boot if you require. So yeah, it's pretty damn well spec'd. Anyway, I need to shut up because I probably bored you by now. Let's take this thing for a drive. So, as you get into the Kia, push foot on the brake, the seat and the steering wheel comes towards you, which is a really nice touch. You do get quite a lot of bongs, which is probably what you would expect. As you can see, head-up display on the dash. I don't know if you can see it from this position. I hope you can, but there is head-up display. Put it into drive. This is another thing that slightly annoys me. If you rush it, it pings back to neutral. You've got to go a little bit slower, and then you're definitely in drive. Right, let's head off. So while we get the boring driving out the way, we'll get to some nice roads in a bit. Let's talk about the cost of this car. So I paid $22,850 for a 5-year car, 5-year-old car with 28,000 miles on the clock. Now, that may seem quite expensive for a Kia, but when this car was brand new, it was 40 grand, which makes it's lost a bit of money. It's not lost as much as, let's say, a BMW has, but it has lost more than maybe one of the Audi S products or the RS products. And let's not mention the cost of this car. As long as you find one that's been serviced every 6 months, yes, this car needs to be serviced every 6 months, which is annoying, but the thing that's not annoying about that is it includes, you will still have Kia's 7-year warranty, which is just incredible. A car with this performance, with this type of engine, to have a 7-year warranty is nearly unheard of, and well, it's just quite impressive, really, let's be honest. The gearbox is an 8-speed. It's not a ZF, it's made by Hyundai and Kia. It's very similar to a ZF. If I want to, I can take control. We'll come out onto the main road now. We'll just go from Sport. There's a Sport Plus mode. Let's give it some beans. And we're at the speed limit. And we're slightly above the speed limit. Yeah. Boot it. I don't know. And 60. This car is very quick. Really bloody quick. It also has a limited slip differential in the rear, so of course it is rear wheel drive only, making this car sometimes a bit of a handle. It will try and lose traction in the rear, so therefore I've been slightly afraid of really pushing this car because I don't want to end up in the nearest hedge. You can also take over, so I'm going to go down into second there. It is lovely. Oh no, someone's broken down. Let's go past them slowly. Car park there. So yeah, it's quick. Into second, into first. That's 60. Slightly above 60. Yeah, it gains speed bloody quickly, this car. I don't know what else there is to say. It's a bit of an animal. That it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is goddamn quick. What happens if you don't want to have fun? If you just want to chill, relax, it's bloody lovely. I put the car in comfort mode, the suspension then slackens off. I've opened the sunroof for a little bit of fresh air as the sun has just come out. It's a lovely place to be. The gearbox slackens right off. It just drives like at your normal 520D. It's lovely. It's really quiet, and this is one of the things that annoys me with this car. The engine is so quiet, you can barely hear it. It pumps some noise into the cabin to make you feel like it's louder than it is, but from the outside you cannot hear this car. And to say it's annoying, it would be, well, it's not annoying, but it's definitely something that it should have a bit more noise. The way it looks, the quad exhaust, you expect this thing to sound a lot nicer than it actually does, which is a bit annoying in my opinion. Are you gonna go to my side of the road? No, you're not. That's always good. Right, let's go down the M11 junction, and yeah, there's not really much else to say about this car apart from I bloody love it. Yeah. I don't want to bore you, but let's join the motorway properly. Let's put it in Sport Plus mode. 70. It's quick when it wants to be, that's for sure. Back at home now. That video was kind of rushed together, but hopefully it gives you an idea of why I've bought this incredible new car, and hopefully you will enjoy future videos with this car and other cars. And as I said, the main reason I bought this car was for the adventures. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'm trying to aim for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, which should be possible, as long as I don't make as many crap videos. That will be the plan. But yeah, from me, from the channel Cars and Adventures, have a great week, and I will see you in another video. See you guys.